Welcome into A Toast of Film. I'm one of your hosts, Ebo, and guys, Happy New Year. We made it, 2025. Let's hope that this year is filled with a lot of improvements. We want to bring y'all the best possible, podcast we can, talk about movies. Let's hope we get lots of great movies. Let's get it, let's just get it going. Let's have fun. All right, so in today's episode, I'll be reviewing the Netflix film Carry On, tell you how that is, and I'll also be giving you my top 5 movies to be excited about in January 2025. And, it is, at the time of this recording, it's January 4th. We've reached the end, technically, of the first week of the year. I got a nice little glass of champagne. I've had some, just a dash of some cranberry juice, too. And it's not bad. It's a good way to, finish out the week. And before we get into the review, it is time to settle something that we have not done since last year. Yes, I had to get in the old man joke. We need to pick Mr. Snail's pick of the week. So for those of you who are new to this, what we do is I got 20 films. I got a D20 that Mr. Snail is letting us use. I roll it, whatever it is. We come back in 2 weeks and I review this movie. Some of these are movies I haven't watched in a while. Some of these are suggestions. If you have suggestions, please let us know. I will add it to the list, I assure you. And some of these are movies that I just want to check out that I've never seen. I do have some sad news. So my cat Buggins, he's known to be a menace in the studio. I don't know what he did to Mr. Snail, but Mr. Snail is missing. And I know it was him. Couldn't have been anybody else. But I do have Mr. Snail's dice, so until Mr. Snail is found, I have been checking everywhere. Until he's found, we will still be doing Mr. Snail's pick of the week. Just sadly, we only have the dice to think of him. So, today's films are Beast Within, Murder Party, The Royal Hotel, Exuma, Chompy and the Girls, Electric Dreams, It's What's Inside, Pride and Prejudice, Night Bitch, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Subservience, Speak No Evil, The Mutilator, Tourist Trap, Fire and Ice, Mads, Incredible Bulk, Conclave, Babes, and Kneecap. So, we got a D20. Let's get going. First movie for Mr. Snail's pick of the week, that is a 9, not a 6, is Night Bitch. Okay, so this is a Amy Adams film. It's on Hulu. From what I've heard, it's described as kind of a dark comedy. And it's a lot about her dealing with being a new mother and the challenges motherhood brings. So, like I said, it's on Hulu. Check it out. Come back in 2 weeks. It kind of works out because I know it has to do with dogs. And in 2 weeks, me and Trey will be reviewing Wolfman, the new Lee Wannell movie, as well as we went and saw a movie, The Damned, yesterday. So stay tuned for those reviews. And check out Night Bitch if you want to follow along with Mr. Snail's pick of the week. But the pick of this week is from director, I am going to butcher your name. I sincerely apologize. I have a little bit of a, stammer when speaking, and words are hard, as I always tell folks. Hami Colette Sarah. And I really hate to do it, mess up his name, because this man, he's brought us such a group of films that he's directed. So you got some bad movies, Black Adam, the Liam Neeson movies, Unknown and Nonstop. But then he's given us some really good films. House of Wax. I know it's not great, but I enjoy it. It's fun. The First Orphan, Jungle Cruise, which I really thought was fun, and The Shallows, good shark movie. And this has Taron Egerton as Ethan Kopech, who he is this TSA agent. It's Christmas when a person known only as the Traveler, portrayed by Jason Bateman, is having to get him to do his biddings, or else, harm will come to the people he loves. Round out the cast, we got Sophia Carson, Theo Rossi, Danielle Deadweiler, Dean Norris, and a very underutilized Logan Marshall Green. Logan Marshall Green, a.k.a. Tom Hardy 2.0, because, the man looks just like Tom Hardy. Very underutilized. So I watched this film. I think this film is a very fun time. It's nothing you're going to write home about, and be like, oh my God, did you see Carry On? But you watch it, I think you're going to have a fun time. It's kind of like Damsel, where it has this funness to it. It's, enjoyable movie, good actors, and you're watching it at home. I think there's a big thing. When me and Trey review in a couple weeks The Damned, we'll bring up seeing something like that in theaters, and then you're watching this at home, and you have the leisure of, if you need to pause it, anything. And you're at your house. You don't got to get up. You don't got to get dressed. You don't got to do anything. I enjoyed all the characters. Jason Bateman, I was like, they took Jason Bateman, made him a Jason Bateman character, but he's evil. I thought that was great. It's kind of like he was in Ozark in parts. Taron Egerton, I just love the man ever since Kingsman. He's fun. He does fun stuff. Like I said, Logan Marshall Green, just underappreciated. You get Buddy for 5 minutes. Like, what are we doing? There is a horrendously bad CGI highway scene. It looked like Microsoft Paint. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what the budget is, but they're better than that. Carry On, I feel, is a fun film. I feel that since it's on Netflix, it's one you should check out. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5 out of 5 cheers. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to do anything. You just pick up pow, and you're watching it. And I think you're going to have a good time. So check it out. Carry On Netflix. Now, let's get to my top 5 January 2025. All right. So I was looking. We got a lot of good stuff coming out that people should definitely check out. And I had to decide only 5 movies. It's a little tough. I will say, if I can shout out some some streaming films, including a Shudder title. Hulu has The Inheritance, cool horror movie. I would definitely suggest checking out. AMC and Shudder on January 14th are getting Red Rooms. This was in Trey's top 13 of 2024. And on HBO Max on January 17th, they're getting the Sebastian Stan, A Different Man. Looks like an interesting movie. There's some little streaming tidbits, but these next 5 are theater releases. So at number 5, we have Screamboat. So this is from Stephen Lamort, who gave us The Mean One, the Grinch horror movie, which I'm a big fan of. And it's got David Howard Thornton, speaking of The Mean One, speaking of, Art the Clown, as Screamboat Willie. It also has Tyler Posey, who was Scott in the Teen Wolf series, and Kaylee Hyman, who was Brooke in the Terrifier 2 and 3 movies. Screamboat, all I know is I know the director, I know the cast. That's all I need to know. I know some people don't like these, IP like horror movies, like the Poonaverse and all that. But I think this is going to be fun. The Mean One was a very fun movie. David Howard Thornton just chewing up scenery. And it'll be interesting to see if he continues with the non-talking or if he actually talks as Screamboat Willie. Right, number 4. This one's controversial. Very controversial movie. This is Better Man from director Mark Gracie, who was the director of Greatest Showman, which me and Trey adore The Great Showman. And this is about Robbie Williams. Here's the thing. I know this has been on like TikTok and online. It's a big joke. But in all reality, he is a huge person in the UK. He has 7 UK number 1 singles. 13 of his 14 albums were number 1 in the UK. In 2006, he sold 1.6 million tickets in a single day to a festival he was doing. He's a multiple award-winning artist, but no one in the US knows who this man is. So I'm a little worried that it's either a brilliant idea to do where he's like this CGI ape, or it has me nervous because it makes me think, okay, is he so uninteresting that you have to create him as, this facsimile of himself? I don't know. I'm interested to see it. Like I said, I have no idea. The only reason I know those facts is I looked them up. But I have never heard of this man in my entire life. I've never heard any of his songs, so every song's going to be fresh to me. So I'm interested to check it out. Like I said, you got to win over the US, buddy. All right, number 3. So this is The Last Showgirl from Gia Coppola, who's the granddaughter of Francis Ford Coppola. We got Pamela Anderson as Shelley. That's right, Pamela Anderson. The writer is Kate Gersten, who did Mozart in the Jungle. And I'm interested in this because of what we just saw with The Substance and Demi Moore. I know Pamela Anderson, Demi Moore, 2 different people. Funny enough, Demi Moore, showgirl. And I know Coralie Farge and Gia Coppola, 2 different people. But I'm very interested to see what we get, from this performance of Pamela Anderson. We haven't seen her in anything in years. And I mean, the rest of the cast, we got Brenda Song as Mary Ann, Kiernan Shipka as Jody, Billy Lord as Hannah, Big Dave Bautista as Eddie, Jamie Lee Curtis as Annette. So great cast. I'm interested to see it. I think it could be a really good drama. It could be too bourgeois schmoozwa for me, but you never know. All right, number 2. Super hype for this. This is from writer director Drew Hancock. This is Companion. One of the best trailers I could say of the, last year. And it's got Sophie Thatcher as Iris. She was Sister Barn in Heretic. And Jack Quaid as Josh. Old Jack Quaid, old Huey. And I'm excited because Harvey Guillén is in it as Eli. He's Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows. This movie, the trailer looks so good. You have a great leading duo that are both good at giving these, very emphatic performances. So I'm very excited for this. But number 1 for January 2025 has to be The Wolfman. I mean, come on now. We got director Lee Wannell. He's an actor in the Insidious franchise, Saw franchise. He was the writer-director of Upgrade, incredible movie. Invisible Man, incredible movie. And he actually co-wrote this with his wife, Corbett Tuck, who was an actress in a couple of the Insidious films. And we got Christopher Abbott as Blake. We got Julie Garner as Charlotte, old Ruth from Ozark. And Matilda Firth as Ginger. I'm nervous only because me and Trey are werewolf guys. We're not exactly Wolfman guys. I love the original film with Lon Chaney Jr. Words are hard. I told y'all this. But I'm not like a wolf man guy. I'm a werewolf guy. We want the snout. We want the ears. We want, a wolf on 2 legs. But I have faith in him. We've all seen the Halloween Horror Nights, mask, but I'm interested to see what they're doing with it. I'm excited. I think the cast is great. I think the director is great, and I'm very hyped. So there are your 5 films check out in January 2025. Screamboat, Better Man, Last Showgirl, Companion, and The Wolfman. Well, guys, we've reached the end of the episode. Hope y'all are having a great new year. Hope you stay tuned. Hey, check out Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week, Night Bitch, available on Hulu. Check out those movies coming out in January 2025. And if you want to add to Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week, just, tweet me, message me, whatever you can do. Leave a comment on beautiful YouTube. But there's so many ways you can do it. Let me tell you the ways. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok, A Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter, @film_toast. Or check us out on beautiful YouTube. Just search A Toast to Film podcast. And from Trey and myself, we just wish you a good night and good viewing.